Right guys, so this is going to be the last video now from our New York trip. This one's just the observation decks. This is what we feel would be the best ones to do if you haven't really got the time to do them all.
Yeah, because obviously you've got 5 of them now, and we have been asked like which ones do you recommend, and it's hard to say which ones we recommend, but we'll probably try and do a pros and cons like for both. We'll give you a bit of information about both, and then you can make your own mind.
We do have our own order which we like them in, but like I say, everybody's different. This is just us who've just been and thought people have asked, so we'll do a little video. Hopefully this helps somebody. So if you're tight on time, because we did meet an air hostess on top of the rock. She was there for 1 day and she'd never done it before. She was just running around kind of thing. But there's a few things you need to kind of plan for.
Yeah.
So Luke, what's near each other? So like top of the rock is kind of near Central Park. Empire State Building and the Summit are near each other.
Yeah.
The Edge is out by the Hudson, and One World is down the bottom. So
just try and make things easy
spread out. So if you're thinking like right, I'm tight on time, just plan things a little bit, and then also just check the weather. Probably doesn't matter too much, but if you want them good photos, you need a good clear day. It's like the day we were originally going to do the Edge. We went on a boat trip first, and then it went cloudy. So we thought we'll leave that for another day.
And that's one of the pros of not having to pre-book with some of them, is that you're not set in stone. Because like you say, we were kind of coming down the Hudson River on the boat, and it was like, right, it's cloudy. We're not going to get great views, so we managed to change it to another day.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were lucky. Every observatory we went offered great views. It was not cloudy, so we were lucky in that sense.
But just bear these things in mind.
Yeah. So we're going to start with the newest observatory in New York City, which is the Summit One Vanderbilt.
Yeah, not Vanderbeek as I called it.
Yeah. So obviously, with it being New York City's newest observation deck, it was I think people kind of want to head there and check it out. Is it worth it over the other?
Now this
observation
one
decks
stands out on its own.
Yeah.
As it's more of an experience.
Yeah.
Most of it is indoors. There's a small outdoor area, but you go for the experience. The first room you go in is this full like mirror room.
And I would say the whole experience is either you would love it or you'd hate it. To some people, I think it'd be, wow, this is amazing. To some people, they'd think, what a load of rubbish.
Yeah.
It's whether...
It depends what you want. If you want Insta photos, it's good for Insta photos and stuff like that. But it's not the best for views. You get a good view of the Chrysler Building from there.
Yeah, it was the best one for the Chrysler Building, definitely.
And it's not bad for the Empire State Building. But, like I say, with it mostly being indoors, you get I don't like the indoor ones. You get the glare off the windows, dirty windows. But it's good for the experience.
Yeah, we did pay an extra $20 each.
Yes.
And it's called the Ascent.
Yeah.
And you go up in an elevator.
A glass
elevator that's like on the outside of the building. So you go out to the outside deck and then go in from there, and then you get it from there, and it goes up a little bit. Was it $20 each? It was nice to be able to do it. You've got like the glass lift, the glass floor, so it's a bit like ooh, it was very quick. There was us and another couple in there. A worker went in with you. It'd take you up a few floors and you came back down, so you're probably only 5 minutes or less.
I wouldn't even said 5 minutes.
Maybe
probably
stopped for maybe half a minute at the top and then came back down. So yeah, it probably wasn't even 5 minutes. You can say you've done it, but if you don't do it, it's not the end of the world. But if you do decide to do it, like I said, you go out to the outside deck. There's a small outside deck up there.
Yeah, it was nice there.
And then you go in. Yeah, well, we didn't really see much of it though. Yeah, so you went inside, and then we thought we'll do the lift and then the elevator, and then we'll come back outside to the deck and have a look round. So we didn't actually look on the deck. We just walked straight past, did the elevator experience, and thought we'll go and do the deck afterwards. And when we came out from the elevator experience and went to go back out to the deck, they were like, no, you can't now. That's it. You've got to go back down.
That was it.
You're done. Your experience is done.
Be careful if you...
And we didn't get a chance to to look up there. So that was,
it was a bit of a shame.
Just be aware that if you do book the ascent, to look round first of all outside.
Now, the summit, if you want to go in the evening, you do have to pay an extra $10 each. So just be aware of that.
Yeah.
I'm guessing because the inside's lit up a bit more with the mirrors and the balls. But I prefer it in the day.
And ladies or gents don't wear skirts or really short shorts, or because in the mirrored room, like obviously
it's 360 mirrors.
Everything. So keep your bits covered up.
Yeah. Now, if you do want drinks with a view, it does have a bar. We didn't do this because we didn't really get a chance, because like I say, we saw there was no queue for the ascent and went to do that, and we didn't really get a chance to do that. But so not all of them have bars or restaurants. This one's got a bar.
Yeah.
I can't remember if they do food or not. But if you just want to sit there and have a
that's it. If you're
cocktail
celebrating like a special occasion or something, obviously, like you said, you've got the bar, so you can go celebrate something in there, which like some of the other observation decks haven't got.
No.
So I think it's a nice one for you if you're celebrating something special.
That'd be nice. So next we've got the Edge. This is the next newest one. It wasn't our favourite.
No.
It was mostly indoors. You've got the point, the observation deck is just one kind of triangle on the side of the building.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, if you want them, same again, Insta photos of leaning on these glass panels or lying on the glass floor. It's got a tiny glass floor section. But then it's so busy on that because everyone wants them.
Yeah, it's obviously because it is one of the other newest experiences.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to go on the edge with the glass floor. It was like so busy, and it's like you said, it was only a small actual.
There was only four little panels of glass to lie on.
Glass all the way through. So it's not quite a big area, and everyone was like lying down on there, so you're struggling to like stand on it.
Yeah, everyone's just walking past each other and budging and not. So it's for that reason alone, maybe it wasn't our favourite. If it was a bit bigger,
they needed more of a bigger glass area, didn't they?
They do offer a different experience where you can walk up the outside, because the edge is like the roof goes to a point. You can walk up the outside there. It's a lot more money, so if you're a bit of a daredevil, you could always do that. Yeah,
and up there as well on the observation deck is the glass
is angled, and it's not supported by any metal.
So that's kind of fun to see if you can brave it. I think I attempted it and kind of did it on my side. So that's kind of fun to see if you dare to take your picture leaning back on the glass, see if you're brave enough for that. And view wise,
it was okay. Because you were out by the Hudson. It's in Hudson Yards. Yeah. If you know where the vessel is. That honeycomb kind of thing, it's there.
That was with the Pro 2 each. It was took you down by the vessel, so you could see that. I
think you have to pay to go in that, but I think at the moment it's closed. I saw when I was looking. So you've got kind of two attractions next to each other. But like I say, it was with mostly being indoors, and I've just said I don't like the glass ones too much because you've always got somebody who's leaning on it for a photo, and then you've got a greasy head mark or head marks on it. So. Like I say, it was good for that one corner, but then everyone's in that one corner. Yeah. So
you've got to be probably patient and just allow a bit more time there.
Go as soon as it opens.
Yeah.
That's probably what I'd say. Maybe if you really want them photos and you don't want everybody else in your photos.
Yeah.
Maybe go the first thing. Maybe. Who knows?
I think it's one of those. The Edge is one of those things you probably see advertised and stuff, and they probably don't show the true reality of 50 people on 4 panels of glass trying to all get the photos taken.
One last thing as well, the Edge does have a bar and a restaurant.
Yeah.
So if you did want that fancy meal, it looked a fancy restaurant. So, was it the Edge as well where it was $6 for a bottle of water?
Yes,
I think it was in the cafe. So
$5 for a can of pop, was it?
Yeah, so take a drink with you as well. Yeah. But they do have a bar and a restaurant if you did want a fancy celebratory meal or drink.
Yeah. Next up we've got One World. I highly recommend One World. I think it's really impressive to look at. You can see it from quite a lot of the other observation decks. Yeah. It's obviously, I think it's the tallest building.
Yeah, it is.
In America.
I think it's the tallest building in the Western Hemisphere.
Be fair, a lot of that is the point of it.
Yeah,
that's another discussion.
Got a needle on the top of it.
Yeah, it's the needle on top. It takes up a lot of that. But I think One World has got the best. I won't spoil it for anybody, but if you've watched our video on it, you've seen it.
Yeah.
It's got the best reveal.
The reveal.
Once you go up the elevator, it's got the best reveal. I think they've done really good with that and tried to make it different.
The elevator was good in that one
Yeah,
as well.
the elevator was good. Yeah.
TV panels on the walls, and was that the one that give you a history of New York?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah,
that was nice. That one was, but it does get hot in there because it's all glass. It's all indoors. So
it was probably the hottest in there.
Yes.
For like really a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was really hot. They do have like a little presentation show thing that was interesting if you're interested in the history of bits of New York. I think it's on every so often timed. It was just something different, but if you wanted to learn stuff,
talking about things like the Brooklyn Bridge, and behind him was like like it was the like view, good view in the background. Who was like pointing things out. So that was good if you want to learn a little bit about the things that you're looking at. So that was good, but I think as well with One World, it's well worth a visit as well, just because obviously the area that it's in, it's next to the where the Twin Towers stood.
Yeah.
And definitely if you visit the One World, visit the 9/11 Memorial.
It's right outside, it's right next to it, so you've got
right
no
outside.
excuse not to.
No, they've done that right. It's just beautiful how they've done all that.
And it's really close to the 9/11 Memorial Museum as well.
Yeah.
We didn't do that this time. We've done it before. That's a sombering experience. You see all these, learn about it and stuff. It's if you're interested in that, I'd recommend that as well. And it's it's within walking distance of the Statue of Liberty as well. Well, not the statue, where you get the ferry from Battery Park.
And if you are staying in Midtown like we are, the One World was a subway to.
We caught the subway down to Battery Park, where you get the ferry for the statue, and then it's walking distance.
So it is if you're stopping in Midtown, it's a lot further than the other observatories.
Higher up.
Yeah.
If you're over the 40s and into the 50 streets for hotels, you're not going to walk it. You'll be knackered at the end.
Yeah, I like One World, and like you say, just no spoilers, but the reveal at the top is the best one out of any of the other observatories. How they've done it, and
they do have another restaurant there as well. So if you want to celebrate your meal, you can go there for that as well. So next up, number 4 is the Empire State Building. It's the Empire State Building. It's the world's most famous building, as they like to tell you and show you. It's been in everything. It's in all the movies, the TV shows. It's iconic. You've got to do it, haven't you?
It's not the most modern up there.
There's not much room.
There's not much room, I'd say. But like you say, it's just the most iconic building. You've got to say you've been up to the top of the Empire State Building, haven't you?
Since we last went in 2019, they have done the inside up. There's some experiences. There's a King Kong experience. That was good. You get a photo like standing on Kong's hand and he's looking through the windows.
I feel like they've definitely maybe worked on like...
They've vamped it up a bit.
Like the before you go up the elevator, because maybe it's to keep up to thingy with like the other observation deck. So I think they've done a really great job of that.
There was history of the construction. And there was just showed you like what an old elevator looked like, with the wooden floors and the old kind of metal shutters, what they used to be like and stuff like that.
But like you go up and you can see like pictures of all the other celebrities that have been up there. Like I say, because it is so iconic. But like Kev said, it's obviously it's not glass up there. There is a small section where it's glass.
It's just a little bit indoors.
And then you have got the bars outside, so restricts the view a little bit.
But they do add to some of the photos as well, like that classic
it's so iconic.
Empire view. Now, you can pay extra, so you go up originally on the first elevator to the 80th floor, and there's a small bit inside there. Then you go up another elevator 6 floors to the 86th floor, which is where you go outside.
Yes.
And there's a little bit indoors. But you can pay extra, I think it works out about $30 each, to go up to the 102nd floor.
Yeah.
So, if you want to go up even higher, you don't need to.
No.
If you're doing it on a budget, just do the normal one.
But I would, like you say, I don't think it was necessarily that there was more people there, but it did feel a lot more crowded there just because it is so narrow
outside,
up there.
It
outside
is really narrow. But you've got to do it, haven't you?
Yeah.
The Empire, as we said on other videos, it was next to our hotel, the Bixby. And so it's around, I think, did he class it as Midtown maybe? I think it was on like the 34th, 35th street kind of thing. So you get you get views of. You kind of see the statue a little bit.
Yeah.
If you've got a long lens camera, you'll see it from no matter where you go. You get good views of Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. You know, you see a little bit of Central Park, but
well, Empire State Building. What I'd say is definite must do if it's your first time going to New York City. Do that over the Summit and the Edge.
Yes.
If you've been before, maybe give the Empire State Building a miss and then do the Summit or the Edge.
Yeah, because the one thing about the Empire is you want that in your photos.
Yeah, because it's my favourite building in New York City, but to look at, not to be at the top of.
Exactly.
So I want to be at the other observation decks,
so
getting good photos.
Bear that in mind. You want the photo of the Empire.
Uh-huh.
You won't go up as well, but you want the photo from one of the other ones as well.
So the 5th observation deck is Top of the Rock. So Top of the Rock itself is nothing to look at from the other observation decks.
It's hard to spot.
We struggle to spot it. There's nothing... You know,
it's not a Luca.
It's not a Luca.
It's not like, the tallest.
Yeah, there's nothing distinctive about it.
But you get, especially on the top level, the top outdoor level. Yeah. There's no glass.
No.
There's no bars. There's no obstructions really. You get amazing views of Central Park.
The best over any other.
Yeah, you get
really
the shot of the Empire and Manhattan.
Yeah,
for us, like you say, it's the best.
It was because, like I said before, like the Empire State Building is my favourite building, and to just see from the top of the rock, it's directly there in front of you. Just absolutely, it's just amazing.
It is the best. Yeah. It's like I say, I have moaned about this in most of the videos. You get the best view of Central Park, but they're putting them new high-rise buildings in, aren't they? And it does spoil it a little bit, but that's not Top of the Rock's fault.
Oh, and also as well, I would say Top of the Rock is the best elevator experience. It's the elevator is glass so you can see like all the lift shaft going up it, and like there's lights and things. So I think actually, like the other observation decks had screens and things like that in there, but it's actually my favourite elevator. I don't like elevators, and that was my favourite. One.
Yeah, you go up. There's 3 levels. I think the first one is all indoors.
Yeah.
Then the second one is a bit outside, and there's glass. Mm-hmm. But then, like I say, you go up to the third one. The third, don't forget about that, because if you've not been before, it's just a little door that takes you up. So if you miss it, if you blink, you'll miss it kind of thing. But make sure you go to that third top floor, because there's no glass, no bars. Like we said, it's the best one for your photos of Manhattan.
I've got a photo I love. It's like a window ledge, and I'm like sat in there and just like looking out at the Empire State Building, and I always look at that photo and I'm like, oh god, just those views are just amazing.
Top of the Rock is the highest up Manhattan, not the highest, but the furthest up, shall we say. It's closest to Central Park, so it's walkable from there, so you could probably do both of them on the same day. And also the NBC gift shop.
Yeah.
Don't be fooled, because you come out the elevator into the crappy gift shop.
Yeah, it wasn't the best.
It's tiny and it's a bit meh, and then you think, oh, is that it? But make sure when you go outside, you go, I'm not sure exactly where it is, you'll find it from the outside, that you want the NBC gift shop, because obviously Top of the Rock, the building, 30 Rockefeller Plaza, is where they film Jimmy Fallon, Saturday Night Live, I think, is it Late Night with Seth Meyers, and I think there's another one as well. But find that gift shop, because it's got the amazing gifts. It's got Friends merch, Parks and Rec merch, The Office merch, Saved by the Bell, old Saturday Night Live stuff, Jimmy Fallon stuff. It's got so much stuff in there. Yeah, it's a really cool gift shop.
And of course, outside the Top of the Rock, you've got at Christmas time, you've got the Rockefeller Centre, the tree, the world famous Christmas tree,
ice skating rink. So yeah, make sure you visit the outside as well as the inside. That's it for explaining. If we had to rank them, like I say, this is our personal rankings. Everyone's different. Number 1 would be Top of the Rock.
Yeah.
2 would be Empire. Number 3 would be One World.
Yeah.
And then it's probably a toss up between 4 and 5. I'd probably put the Summit in there at number 4, just because you got the experience with the floating balls and stuff. And then for us personally, the Edge was a bit meh.
Yeah.
But like I say, you might love the Edge, you might hate this.
I was going to say,
this is ours.
It'd be interesting to know what your 5 observation decks in order would be of seeing them. Yeah, so that'd be interesting to let us know what your order your 5 would be. And That's the end now, like we say, of this video and of the New York content in general.
Yep.
I really hope you've enjoyed the videos.
Yeah. Hope they give you some good tips and
if it's the
stuff
first time you've come upon this one, go back and watch. We've visited all 5 of the observation decks.
Another 14 you need to watch, I think.
But yeah, we had the most amazing time. Who knows, like you say, there's no direct plans, but you never know if one day we'll make it back to New York City in the future. But yeah, just subscribe to our channel, guys. One Couples Adventure. We may not be heading back to New York next, but we have got something exciting coming up. As always, we're always planning, and we love America, so yeah.
But no, thanks for watching, guys. Like we said, comment, share, like, do whatever else you need to do. I always forget what they all are. But yeah, thanks for watching, and look out for the new adventures, and go back and watch the old adventures.
Yeah. See you in the next video, guys. Bye.